Hello and welcome to our channel. Today we're discussing the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, or CFPB, an agency dedicated to ensuring fairness and transparency in the financial marketplace, established in 2010. The CFPB's mission is to protect consumers from unfair, deceptive, or abusive practices by financial companies. They oversee a wide range of products and services, including mortgages, credit cards, and student loans.
So we're talking about the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the CFPB as it's referred to. This is an agency that was established after we had a financial crisis in the early 2000s, like 2008, where a lot of people lost their homes, mortgage crisis, financial crisis. And so out of that came, it was established that there's really a need for an agency that kind of looks over mortgages and makes sure things are clear and not deceptive. And the CFPB does that. And they do it for veterans, for people in the military, for elderly folks, for people who maybe aren't sophisticated about financial services and products. And part of their process is that you can file a complaint. And there was an upsurge in complaints last year. And what we know, because there's been a lot of talk about different agencies and stuff with the change in the administration, that they've recovered about $21 billion for all people from all walks of life due to deceptive practices. And they've determined, what was deceptive about what was done. And then they usually work out an agreement to say, hey, if you return the consumers back this money, we're not going to penalize you further, or there may be, if they are repeat offenders, they may get penalized even more. And sometimes when they're collecting money, they're paying for their own, they're paying for the administration of their agency. And in comparison of how much it costs probably to run this agency compared to what they have returned to consumers, it's a good investment in public money. But what we're seeing is that, it's being gutted, and that's not good for consumers, because a lot of times the folks that are, making a lot of money off the backs of consumers don't want to have an agency like this enforcing, laws and things against them, and don't want to comply. And so right now, because, the upheaval and what's happening is that all the enforcement, the purpose of this agency is not happening anymore. So consumers, they might be filing complaints here, where, as you can see on the website, people file complaints, but that's, the CFPB isn't doing anything right now. I mean, at least to the extent that, they're being told not to. So with these kinds of threats of the existence, it's really important for people to be aware of how it helps us, and how it's a necessary agency. I understand there's been a lot of talk about agencies aren't efficient and don't do much to help consumers and are too bureaucratic, but this is one agency that I can personally say, I go to and look at the complaints that are filed. If somebody comes to me, I look to see, because you can go in and look at to see how many complaints have been filed against the financial institution. You actually can search the complaints, and that's helpful for folks like me, attorneys that are doing consumer protection work, to see that. It's helpful for other consumers to see that, and because then, seeing that others have been similarly harmed, it might be possible that the CFPB actually is going to do something about it, especially if there's a lot of consumers and the particular financial institution or entity has been harming a lot of folks. So I think the transparency that they offer, and we have actually concrete dollars that have been returned to consumers, justifies, why it should stay in place. and that people should be concerned if it is no longer a viable agency based on, kind of what we're hearing, that its enforcement efforts have been stopped. I mean, you can look, almost everybody in every state has received something back because of the folks work at the CFPB. And so I just want to stress that, go to the website yourself. It has like data and research about different kinds of laws and stuff that protect you. It also has a place to file a complaint. As I said, it talks about, rules that, if you're getting a mortgage, maybe questions that you might want to ask. It has a lot of, self-help information, talks about, their complaint process. It really has a lot of consumer-oriented, helpful information. And it's, like I said, it helps people with student loan issues where, maybe they're being charged unfairly, veterans, and the folks in the military who maybe been cheated. There's special laws that protect them that they enforce. And, there's a lot that they do to help working families and to stop deceptive types of conduct. And so I just want to make sure that people understand, or at least look into, more about this and why it's important. Because as a consumer, it's an agency that I know is doing good work and is helping people and is helping other lawyers to try to help consumers. Thank you for listening.
Recent developments have put the CFPB's future in question. The current administration has proposed significant funding cuts, and leadership changes have led to halted activities and legal challenges. These actions could create a regulatory vacuum, leaving consumers vulnerable to financial abuses. It's crucial to stay informed and support organizations advocating for consumer rights. Visit the CFPB's official website and the National Consumer Law Center to learn more and take action. Thank you for watching.